weekend.
But you think about some of the funniest guys in the bit, they're not even on Twitter. I don't think Burr's not on Twitter.
Bird just got on.
Apollo doesn't tweet.
Yeah.
Some of the guys, they just don't put out, they don't put the shit out.
You're gonna fucking sit there and fucking right there, I'm eating a sandwich. Go fuck yourselves.
I don't need that shit. Why the
you'll
fuck do I
never-
care, right?
You'll never see me twittering about like what I'm drinking or I like juice. That's just not. That's not what that's for.
But there's so many people that just do that. You were talking about the Robot Chicken Star Wars thing. What kind of did you get to sit down with George Lucas and go over shit? How does he feel about this?
I've gotten to sit down with him a couple times, which is super surreal. And
that's gotta be.
I mean, honestly, it's super awesome. I can't even lie about how awesome that is. But he specifically, his whole company looks at our pages and they just they allow for Robot Chicken to be a little bit more inflammatory than anything that would be actual Star Wars. So we have a lot of leeway to do really strange stuff. There's only a couple times where a sketch was so crazy, no one in the company wanted to sign off, and George actually had to approve it himself.
Does he have to approve every single?
No.
Does somebody from Lucasfilm have to?
He's got a really strong company of people that represent
all
of his mandates and ideas.
Protect, must protect.
The franchise.
In the context of Robot Chicken, though, like you can obviously you understand what the show is about, and you get away with a little more than if you were just kind of some guy.
We're lucky he likes us. That's the thing. That's what it comes down to, is he actually likes us and thinks we're funny, which gives us a lot more leeway than if he thought we were stupid.
You go around the ranch and shit. Get the tour.
I've been around the range.
Just the sickest fucking thing. God damn it.
Does he have a golf cart?
No way. You went.
Well, I mean, there's golf carts on site, but more than anything, there's bicycles everywhere. So you can just grab a bike. And then
why
leave
is
it in
he
a
so
location where
fat?
He's actually lost. If you see him, he's lost a ton of weight.
He should pedal it with his chin. Look, I know you're friends, but he
right
does
under.
have a wobble.
Isn't it right under the Golden Gate Bridge, basically?
No, it's deep in.
It's on Tatooine. Shut up.
No, it's outside of San Francisco.
I always thought. Then my cab driver is a lying sack of shit. I was out there.
Wow.
That was in Florida.
I'm coming off the Golden Gate.
Florida.
I'm coming off the Golden Gate Bridge. He's like, yeah, there's where Lucas's Lucas.
I can't believe the
it's probably like 45 minutes. From
Everyone knows that's where Starfleet Command is.
This guy was.
I can't believe
fucking Lucasfilm.
the refugee didn't know where Lucas Ranch was. Dude, I want to sincerely, I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I actually want to say how awesome I think it is that Robot Chicken and what you guys are doing. You're one of the, and obviously there's millions of Star Wars nerds out there, but you guys are one of the only things in pop culture that's considered cool right now that's still saying Star Wars is cool, because it's like this big nerd movement now to go, Star Wars sucks now, and the
I think that's just the older nerds that are sort of getting embittered in their later years.
But they will see anything that Lucas puts out.
But you know, guys like me that were alive and in the theaters when the original Star Wars came out, it's easy for us as adults to say, oh, this doesn't hold up to our stringent standards. But if you watch A New Hope, C-3PO is crazy annoying. Yeah. Crazy annoying. And yet at 4 years old, he was my favorite character. So if you look at kids between the ages of 3 and 12, they grew up when Phantom Menace was in the theaters. They love Jar Jar. He's their favorite. My brother-in-law, Jar Jar's his favorite. And so I just have to say, well, we're at like categoric differences in our... You know what I mean? Like where that hit me versus where this hit him. And so the Clone Wars TV show is frighteningly popular with kids like 4 to 15.
It's awesome.
It is awesome for adults, but there's that whole backlash movement from the older kids, from the adult, like over 30 crowd.
They just want to hate on, and I've used that same argument a bunch of times because I have a nephew who's about, I guess he's 8 or 9 now. Yeah. But when I talk to him, what's your favorite Star Wars movie, buddy? Phantom Menace. Yeah. Who's your favorite character? Count Dooku.
He says,
you know what
shut
I mean?
up and grow up, Joe.
You know, we'll argue it out. But
that's the undeniable thing about that brand and why it defies explanation, is because for over 30 years it's maintained relevance and continues to solicit new fans. It's really impressive.
I've had ones that I've liked
you look at guys like James Cameron, who are arguably greatest filmmakers of our time. And Cameron comes out about Avatar and says, I want to take on the Titans. I want to take on the Roddenberrys and the Lucas. And the fundamental difference between Avatar and Star Wars is you don't want to buy Avatar toys.
Right.
And
I agree.
that's nothing to do with how cool or exciting or what an interesting experience that is. You don't care to buy those toys, and yet you can't wait to buy a T-shirt that has Darth Vader with Kanye West glasses on it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you're just
true.
gonna buy Darth Vader with Kanye glasses because it's awesome and funny.
Did you like
but you
Avatar?
don't care about. I loved Avatar. Who'd ask me that?
No,
I did.
Avatar.
I loved Avatar.
He did.
I did.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did, but I'm not going to buy those action figures. I'm not
Yeah.
playing with them.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a Naveed challenge? Do you want
Not
to have them
really.
like
No.
plugging their tails into each other?
Nah.
Is this?
Right.
Not
So-
as fun.
Did you
So-
love it because of the technology or because of the story? And
I've seen that story a million times.
Of course, we
everybody's
all
seen
have.
that story, but
Right.
it's a well-told version of that story, and it's beautifully executed. And you see visual things that you've never seen before, and a
But
style
Star
of 3D
Wars
that you haven't
itself,
seen.
the first one,
New Hope?
New Hope, yeah, was a basic story too.
Yeah.
It's your basic
Well, it's crazy.
Hero's
story,
journey.
but it was done so well, especially for the time.
Well, it was also a revolution.
with-
Like, it was a straight-up revolution. No one had done a lived-in sci-fi world. Everything was, like, brand-new ships and brand-new clothes
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
silver
Right.
accents, and everyone's in LeMay with shiny
Mylar.
visors.
Yeah.
And then you go to the Star Wars universe, and there's just aliens and humans
Yeah.
living amongst each other as if
filthy
it's no big
ships
thing.
that
Yeah.
barely work. And,
Somebody broke it down the best I've ever heard it, where they were talking about there's always the Star Trek versus Star Wars argument, and this guy was like, Star Trek is technology. That's what it's about. It's where man can go and what we're capable of. Star Wars is environment. Like, everything around you is this completely separate world. And I didn't realize how similar it was to Lord of the Rings until the Lord of the Rings movies came out, and I was like, holy shit, Gandalf's Obi-Wan Kenobi, Strider's Han Solo, Frodo is Luke. You know what I mean? It's just, he just took
wow,
that.
you are a geek.
I was thinking, Joe,
I don't get to geek out.
I don't know
I'm
about
excited
that.
that Seth's in here.
Joe,
I know you were a geek,
I
Joe.
wasn't even thinking that.
I was actually,
just thought,
I was
wow,
thinking
that's
the
cool.
same.
Gonna get
I was,
to Mordor.
Yeah,
Wow, you're a true geek.
I was thinking the same exact thing.
Holy shit.
I lit up.
You got
in
action
Clerks.
figures at home?
I used to. I have a box of
They're
them.
in-
I don't
yeah.
have them out anymore because when you.
But you still have them, don't you?
Well, if I had a TV show on the air, I'd keep the goddamn things on display. But
You know what the trick
I
is?
I
You
can't
gotta,
do it.
You got to marry a girl with an equally large toy collection like I did.
That is the trick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
What did you do? You've always been like famous though, since forever. So it's
It's like the last 10 years. I mean, I've been acting 30 years, and it's only in the last, like, 10 that you could really arguably say I'm famous.
But that's a key 10 years for, you know what I mean?
That was-
I'm saying
that's a big
I'm saying
10
as
years.
far as like as far as sexual exploration, that's a good 10 years because I haven't reached that point. I can't have the figures out because it's.
I mean, I did my share of dating, but I also married a girl who I had a lot in common with. You know,
Right.
That's
Yeah.
really the trick. If you're married to a girl who hates toys and you love toys,
You're in trouble.
Bad.
you and your
I
wife are going to
disagree,
argue.
man.
They're
about
going
it.
to be in a box in the attic.
Eventually, you'll argue about like where you can put stuff. Whereas my wife and I merged our toy collections, and they've just overtaken the house.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but that's the one
awesome.
thing you have in common with her is the toys, right? Because you.
That's not the one thing. No, we got married on purpose. Like we actually teamed up intentionally.
Yeah.
We got a lot in common.
Did,
yeah.
you, did you just shit on me to my face? Did that just happen?
No. I'm just.
He's like, no, we
I'm
actually teamed up, fuck bag.
I'm clarifying
fucking
the
get
point.
that?
I'm clarifying the
No,
point. I know
'cause they
people
s-
when they join forces with somebody, they make a list
Join
of
forces. You're talking
you
the
make
lingo.
a list
This
of
is
like
great.
pros and cons, and
yeah,
we just
yeah.
had all pros.
Yeah, right.
But you're not supposed to be with someone that you're supposed to actually have everything in common with. That's what they say.
No,
That's
I
such
mean, there's
bullshit.
things that she does
No,
that I
I'm
don't
serious,
do.
man.
Stop.
I'm
There's-
fucking serious, Anthony.
What
There's
are you
things that
saying?
she does that I don't do. She likes to play, Final Fantasy. I don't play Final Fantasy. She'll spend 20 hours on Final
So
Fantasy.
you're a true gamer.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I play Miss Pac-Man and Tetris. I'll crush you in both of those games.
Old
Yeah.
But
school.
I don't play. We went and played Halo, and I'm with 20 other people all playing on separate screens.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like sniper and changing out their weapons. If you saw my avatar on anybody else's screen, I'm like running at a wall, aiming at the sky
Yeah.
in
You're
a
that
circle.
bad, huh?
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
I got my little cousin.
That's
My little
terrible.
cousin's a gamer, and he's got the fucking social skills of Mr. Bean. This kid is horrible. It's pretty ironic too that they make you wear a headset because that's exactly what he's gonna be fucking. He's gonna be working like Miami subs, down in fucking Delray. Honestly, they don't tell you that. It's you ever talk to kids? You've seen probably your cousin or something, the young kids or
Yeah.
their nephew, dude. When they play games for so long, it literally they can't communicate.
There's a brilliant episode of South Park, the World of Warcraft episode.
that one's
where all
great.
the kids try and get on, and there's just
Yeah.
some dude who's built up all his powers, and strengths, and he's just sniping kids left and right.
Big
And they cut to
fat guy
that
just
dude,
laying back.
and he can't even like get out of his chair. He's got to grab her for sandwiches. And it's ridiculous.
You know what's upsetting me? What's upsetting me more than anything is the more Seth talks, the more I realize he's the one I'm supposed to be with. We literally, he said that Tetris Mix Pac-Man thing. I was like, I love those games.
I got two things that I have to apologize for. One, I don't swing that way, and two, I'm taken. So
I don't swing that way either, but you're bringing up feelings that I didn't know I had.
it's like David Duchovny and Larry Sanders. Nice relationship.
They're actually saying you got to go, Seth, because you got a real busy schedule. They're like
You're a
doing the
busy
wrap
guy
up behind
today,
your
man.
head.
It's probably true.
All right, Family Guy though. How many more years do you think that's got?
Jeez, I love that job. It'd be great if we lasted as long as The Simpsons.
shit.
As far as jobs go, that's one of the easier ones.
It's
right?
one of the best jobs I've ever had. It's a show I actually like to watch.
How long does it take you to do all your lines for a season?
I'll come in sometimes once a month and record 3 or 4 episodes at a time. But we make, we make over 20 episodes a year, and then they get kind of rolled into making specials and things like that. So it feels like we're always making the show.
It's still a great show.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. I hope that never ends.
Well, but he's here to talk about Control TV, so we suggest a lot.
Well, this is happening right now. If you go to controltv.com, you can watch the live feed and you can vote. And if you sign up for the Twitter @ControlTV, you can get those alerts too. But more than anything, help us puppeteer this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Very cool.
He's still sleeping, the lazy bum. It's 9 o'clock.
He's in Los Angeles. It's technically
Oh,
Los
okay.
Angeles.
All right, fair enough,
Someone's
fair
going to
enough.
light him on fire in about 7 minutes. I took care
See,
of everything.
That's what we would
Opie,
do.
I got
with
you,
this
bro.
idea.
I got you.
How should
Don't worry.
Tristan put out the fire? Running around, stop, drop, and roll? Douse him with water or a fire extinguisher?
We'll never be mainstream because we would take this great idea and just
wreck
ruin
it.
it. We'd fuck it up.
Terrible.
It's bound to happen. I'm sure when our experiment's over, someone else will start like a Running Man experiment.
Of course. Yeah. We're heading that way.
That's great.
How great would that be?
Seth Green, controltv.com. And, check it out. Looks pretty cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Nice to see you.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Sweet, sweet.